pitching, many people will blame PowerPoint for everything. They'll say, Christoph, it's PowerPoint's fault that my pitch sucks. But I don't agree. I have a clear reply to that. No, it's not true. It's not PowerPoint's fault. Whose fault is it? It's your fault. When you use PowerPoint incorrectly, of course, it's going to be terrible. A lot of people pretend that PowerPoint is the source of all evil in the world. Death by PowerPoint. There can be nothing good coming out of a PowerPoint presentation. I don't believe that. I believe that PowerPoint is actually quite a powerful tool if it's used correctly, but it's being incorrectly used so many times that people feel like it's this weapon instead, which of course isn't good. So with PowerPoint, the first thing you have to realize is that there's two completely different animals, like this cute penguin and this even cuter wombat, between a public presentation and an emailed slide deck. Now, it's completely fine to use PowerPoint to email something to somebody who has to read it. But at that point, obviously, your presentation has to be self-explanatory, has to have a lot of text in it, because people have to take it and have to understand everything that you're trying to tell them without you being there. But when you do a public presentation, on the other hand, you're standing right next to your slides, so the situation is completely different. I want to give you a quick example of what you don't want to do, okay? Here's my chart about wombats. Some facts about wombats that show they are amazing. Wombats are amazing because they're really, really cute. They're also fantastic because they live in Southeast Australia and Tasmania. Another reason why they're so terrific is that they have square poo. Really, I'm not kidding. Did you see what happened? When you have a lot of text on your chart, automatically what you want to do is you want to say the sentences exactly like they're on the chart. But because you can't remember everything that you put on the chart, you will turn around, you will turn away from your audience, and you will look at the chart and read it. Now that's not what you want to do, because your audience should always see you and your face and not your back. Now, I have another version of the same thing, and I think that is better, right? Why wombats are amazing. They're really, really cute. They live in Southeast Australia and Tasmania, and they have square poo. This chart is better because A, it's got a picture of a wombat, so that's something that people can connect to. It has less text, so they can pay more attention to what I'm saying. But still, I feel like it's not the perfect way of doing it. So let's try this one. Wombats and why they're amazing. They're really, really cute. They live in Southeast Australia and Tasmania, and they have square poo. So the same thing on the chart, but less text and a bigger picture. Do you already think that's the perfect way of doing it? I don't, because I think there is one more that you can do, and this would be it. I want to talk to you about wombats and why they're so amazing. The first reason is, I mean, look at them. They're really, really cute. The second thing that's so great about them is they live in Southeast Australia and Tasmania. And the third reason is they have square poo. See, I'm not kidding. So what did we see here? We saw how I used big pictures, very little text. I put the 3 different points I wanted to make on 3 different slides. And I didn't put them on one slide where you could read everything while I was still talking about the first bullet point. So this is the way you should be presenting in your startup pitch as well. Obviously not about square poo, but about what you do. So bottom line, don't put too much text on charts, because people will try to read it. People will not focus on what you're doing and what you're saying, but they will read the text and they will completely lose the connection to what you're saying. If you put 5 bullet points on one chart, people will read the 5th bullet point by the time you're still talking about the second one. Don't do that. Instead, you should be using pretty pictures, because that's what people can look at. That's what helps them understand what you're talking about. You put a little bit of text on there that summarizes the main points that you're making, but that's it. Use nice pictures because people enjoy looking at nice things. This is an example of a chart that is really good in the way of putting all of the information on one slide, which is exactly not what you want to do, because there's no value in it. Why would I do that? Why would I put 15 different things on one chart? 1 thought per slide. That's the rule. If you have another thought that you want to talk about, move it to the next slide, because slides are free. And that's actually great, because otherwise you would have to spend a lot of money per slide, but it's not like that. So use as many slides as you want. If anybody ever tells you you can pitch at a competition, but you can only bring 10 slides, tell them that's bullshit. That's not how it works. Send them to me. I will talk to them for you. Because it's never about the amount of slides, the number of slides that you're using. It's always about the amount of information that you have in your presentation. And one last thing when we talk about PowerPoint, go easy on the fonts, the colors, and the animations, okay? There's nothing wrong with having a specific font, a nice color, maybe nicer than the colors I'm using. I don't care, but just make sure that you're not doing too much on the chart. Because people should be paying attention to what you say, and they should use the chart as something that helps them understand what you say, but it shouldn't be that they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on the chart with different fonts, different animations. So make it very simple, very easy for them to follow what you say. And the final thought on PowerPoint is you should always have cute puppies and cute babies in your presentation. And I'm only half kidding, because really using pictures of things people like looking at, like babies, like dogs, like cats, whatever it is, will help them stay engaged in your presentation. If you have the chance to use great pictures, do it.